good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
Oh, yeah. We're not done yet. Got to take a look at what's in the building. Sometimes you got to look at what's in the refrigerator before you get the meal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You gotta, how many times do you eyeball a steak before you take a cut of it? You know what I'm talking about? Look at this guy here. Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Good morning, Breeze edition. Got a lot to get into on today's show. Got to sit here and grade the Chicago Bears free agency signings. Some interesting names popped up for the Bears, but some names that are a little bit older for the Bears. So got to take a look and go, hey, was this a good free agency for the Bears, or was this them just throwing money at people? And then I want to have a conversation, Jordan JC. I got to talk to you about this offseason championship thing, which we may not have won this year. Washington may have the championship. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, don't you tell me the Commanders beat us.
But will this finally prove to have regular season wins? The date's 3/12/2025, 7:05 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And we vibing. Get to go up to Hallis today.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be up at Hallis today.
Gonna
be introducing some free agents today. They literally were like, get here, get on the plane, sign the contract with that. Nah.
Get to interview Grady Jarrett, is that right?
Get to interview Grady Jarrett. Hey, Grady, how's it like being fired and then rehired 4 hours later?
Ew.
Big questions. I'll make sure no lung butter this time.
No lung butter. No lung
butter this
Everybody
time.
gets thinking you're nervous for whatever reason.
Not gonna get me. Seems to be a lot of there was a lot of disrespect after that. Little lung butter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pat's out here scared. He's scared to ask questions.
Okay, all right. I only did it the entire season, but now I'm scared. Okay. Sons of biscuits.
That's hilarious. Everybody was like, "Yeah, you clearly are nervous of asking questions.
That's terrible.
Doing it forever."
Ben Johnson. That's a sign. I don't know. It is what it is. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to the show. Love it. That like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
I heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Make sure you guys stay tapped in with us as always, man. How you feeling this morning, JC?
Oh, feeling good. Feeling great, man. Ready to grade some of these free agency signings. I think we did a pretty good job. I think you won't be surprised by some of my grades.
I feel like you're going A's across the board, which is
you don't know what I'm gonna do, all right? You don't know, all right?
JC grade on that Chicago curve. He grade on the No Child Left Behind curve. You know what I mean? Like,
you get A. You know what I like to
yeah,
you know everybody
I
gets
don't want to see you again. Get out of here. Fail up, baby. Which, if you're being real, like we always say, this is a terrible segue here. We always say, like, you know, No Child Left Behind definitely hurt some of the people out there. It was just like they was just pushing them through. But realistically, that's kind of how the real world works. As you go out into the real world, it's like, wow, this guy sucks at his job. Hey, promote him. Why? So we ain't got to deal with him no more.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Get him up out of here. Get this guy a raise.
That's right.
Oh man. And yes, listen, we do understand that in doing the free agency grades here, that there are going to be some more signings that could come down the pipeline. There's some more signings I hope come down the pipeline. I think there's some more
I do.
Chicago Bears could make. So I'm not not sitting here upset one way or the other if they do. But let's start it off here because we started the day off with a Dalman. Can I interest you in a Drew Dalman? As it seemed like the Chicago Bears, after making a couple of trades, did go out there and solidify the interior of their offensive line, giving them a ton of opportunity to move, to go out in the draft and add even more to their to their offensive line, defensive line, whatever, to improve the trenches. We're not taking a running back. Drew Dalman ended up getting a 3-year, $42 million deal with $28 million guaranteed, which makes him the second highest paid center in the NFL. But did seem like Drew Dalman could have gotten even more from the Chicago Bears. JC, when you saw the Dalman signing come across the docket, what are you thinking on a grade here? What are you feeling, or is the right call here as you call Ryan Poles up to the front of the classroom?
Well, Pat, I'm going to give him an A+. And the reason why, I'm not just being biased. It's not a Chicago curve. There's a number of reasons why I think actually I'm gonna give it A+, because number one, how long has it been since we've addressed that specific position? It's been years. It's been a number of years. How important is that position? It is very important for the quarterback and the protection of the team. The center is usually the guy that kind of gets everybody in line. He calls out the defenses. He calls out the blitzes. He's making sure everybody's organized, right, for the protections. Drew Dalman is not only very good at that, but he's also still in the peak of his career. He's going into the better years of his career, we hope, at age 26. As you mentioned, he is the second highest paid. He could have been the best or highest paid, but we got him on a little bit more of I would say a bargain. Didn't realize that we would get him at the price he did. And then, of course, finding out that he foregoed a couple of other, contracts that actually went more, I would say, gave him more money because he preferred to be here in Chicago. He preferred to be under Ben Johnson. He preferred to, snap for Caleb Williams. Those are all things that are pluses to me. Of course, color me shocked. Oh my, A+. You didn't see that coming. No, of course, those are the reasons why I think that's a perfect grade. Like outside of that, what else are you expecting? Okay, I'll say maybe an A. I'll give him an A because he's
you an A+. We're locking you in at A+. I got you at 100% right there, brother.
Yeah, no, because 100%. The only deficiency I see is Drew Dalman's pass pro, which could still improve as he continues to get better and better as he matures. I feel like pass protection is something that he could improve in. He's a little average to below average in that, but the run blocking grade, things that obviously are going to be a little bit more catered to the scheme and the system that we think Ben Johnson's going to be running here, with a lot more catering to the running back as well. Need I say running back again? Yeah, I think that's the reason why this is a really high grade for me. So I'm going to say A+.
All right, well, I got you in at 100% on Drew. I'm calculating this, by the way.
Right. You're doggone right. Go ahead and calculate.
So that everybody can. I've got a grade calculator literally pulled up so that we can see what people really are rolling with grade wise here. You know what I'm saying? Listen, on the Drew Dalman signing, I'm high on it, but again, I'm not. I'm nowhere near where JC is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I guess I shouldn't say nowhere near, right? I shouldn't say nowhere near. I think this is a B+ signing. I think this is a B+ signing. Reason I said that this is a B+ signing is because which is what's a B+? 88? We say that's an 88.
88, 89.
I think this is a B+ signing because for me, all of the signings feel great in the moment because I'm a Bears fan. I will find the good in them. And so I have to sit there and look at, okay, well, where is this really? You made Drew Dalman the second highest paid center in the NFL. Drew Dalman is not the second best center in the NFL. So I think that does play an account into this as well. I do think, though, that you did go out and get one of the best pieces for your team that was available. And so I do give you a high grade for that. You can only work with the market that is available. Listen, if 2010 Jason Kelce was available on the market, we'll get him, but he's not. So you can only go with the best that is available right now. So when I look at this signing, I think when you talk about going out and getting Drew Dalman, I have a lot of positives that I see that I think Ben Johnson will utilize in the right way. I think that the size and weight is a little bit of something that he can use to his advantage. I don't know if you saw Olin Kreutz talking about it on 670 to Score the other day, but he talked about, listen, if this guy needs to, whatever Ben Johnson needs him to do, I would assume he can do it because Ben Johnson went and got him. Whatever kind of setup we're going to need from him, I would assume that he can do it because Ben Johnson went and got him. And I think that this is a good sign because of the pieces that you have around him. Right? You're not sitting here throwing him out there and saying, hey, Mr. Barome and half a season Jenkins. How you get out there and figure that out? You're going out there with Joe Tooney. You're going out there with Jonah Jackson, who may be half a season Jackson. But to me, you're going out there with veteran pieces that especially in the run game, I think can be especially elite, which is something where running outside zone with Drew Dalman, if he wants to do that, I think that's something that he can do as well. But to me, I think that the signing that the player is going to have is I think the Bears signing Drew Dalman is going to be the thing that solidifies the interior for Caleb Williams. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's why I'm giving it a high grade. I'm excited about the grade, or I'm excited about the player. And I think that, listen, when you look at Drew Dalman's game, I think it is going to be very beneficial for Caleb, and he's going to be here for some years to come. And that's what that's what all of this offseason comes down to. Is he going to be here for seasons to come? Like, is this something that can continue to build? So I like a Drew Dalman on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Take a look on the other side of the line because realistically speaking, that's where we did a lot of our investing here this offseason. Let's start things off with the old Dale. Miss Dale. Daylight come, but me no one go.
Whoa.
Oh, you didn't know I had that in me, did you?
I wasn't ready for that one.
You didn't know about that. You didn't know I had that, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I got a little something. Hold on now. Bartender called me. He was like, Pat, I didn't know you could sing. I was like, I mean, I can sing like Trey Songz. That's not really singing.
That
you know what I mean? I can make auto-tune not work that hard.
Why'd you say you can sing like Trey Songz?
I'm just saying, bro, I can make auto-tune not have to work that hard. I don't want to be a player.
Wow. That's horrible.
Odango was the second signing that we saw from the Chicago Bears on the day, essentially addressing the opposite side of the line for the Chicago Bears, and hopefully the answer on that defensive side opposite of Montez Sweat. There's a lot of upside bet here. Jordan JC, where do you have Adeo Odango grading out for you?
Oh, well, Pat.
A 99.
Yeah, 105. Extra credit. No, you know what? Dale Odango to me is a B+. And the reason why I say that is exactly what you just mentioned. That word upside is really kind of connected to him because a lot of people were scratching their heads, including me at first when I initially heard the price of $60 million per for a guy that I honestly didn't have any research on until I looked them up. And you may scratch your head at the numbers because you may scratch your head at the numbers and say, oh, what, 4 sacks in a season? But if you go back to the previous season, he actually had 8 sacks in a rotation role where he was called upon to do just one thing, obviously rush the quarterback. And so in that role, you look at the potential, and if you turn on the highlights, you can see exactly why Adeo Odango has the potential to be a really standout, matter of fact, star in a league where he can attack inside. He's played defensive tackle, and he's also played outside of the edge rusher. And so, when you have somebody who's versatile like that, still a young guy, up and coming name, a lot of people saying that, you want to watch out for a person like this, and that he kind of came at a steal at the price that he's being paid versus what he could potentially be giving you as far as production for the future. I love everything about Dale Odango and his potential. And so, yeah, B+ is where I'm going with that.
For me, I look at this and I think the conversation around Odango is the player we paid is not the player we hope he's going to be.
Mm.
The player we paid right now, while to me, listen, I love the base intangibles, right? I love the fact that you're talking about a pass rush win rate of 13%. That's a great place to be starting at. I love the fact that you're talking about somebody who 67% of the time when the ball is when he's on the field, a play goes for no gain or it goes for tackle for loss. Had 17 QB hits last season, which means he's right there on the quarterback. I love all of that, but you pay big money for sacks. The question is, can Dennis Allen get you that last little bit? 17 quarterback hits is nothing to scoff at, right? That means that he's always around the quarterback.
Oh yeah,
but can you get me that little bit of extra that gets me home? And I think that's where Dennis Allen comes in for me. So I think that the player you paid is not the player you hope he'll be. I'm gonna go B- right now. I think this is a B- signing. Not a bad grade. You're on the cusp, right? B- is, at least at the schools I went to, was just an 80, which is also just a B. As long as it say B, baby, don't say C. I'm still in the money. You should hope for better. Well, I'm gonna talk sports for a living, so.
That's hilarious.
I was not a good student. I'm working on that to not teach my children this to be like me. But again, it's not a bad thing. I think it's just an upside signing. I see all of the intangibles. Yeah. I see all of the things that I think can make him a top level signing. I see all the things that make this contract seem like it's nothing. Like, to be honest with you, right? If Dennis Allen, this is why I said his coaching staff is going to be real. But JC, when you look at it, if Dennis Allen can change one thing or add one thing to his game, or just having Montez Sweat on the other side adds one thing to his game, you could be talking about a dude that went from 17 QB hits to 17 sacks.
There you go.
Like, he's always around the quarterback. Does he get home enough? No. But he also had the Colts defense last season.
Yeah, there's that.
And on the Colts defense last season, you know who the best player was? Me either. Exactly. So that's my point. Like, I think that if you're going to talk about, what he could be, I think this is a contract that we could look at in 2 years and go, we've got Dale Tangbo on basically a $15 million deal.
Bro, this is highway robbery. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you got to get to that, though. And so for me right now, where I'm at, I think this is a B- or a B, depending on what school you went to. I'm a solid 80. A solid 80. Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at with it. You went B+ on that, so I gave you an 88 on that.
Right. That's right. I went to the Chicago public school system. That's right.
CPS, baby. Were you in school? This is a wild thing. So Chicago had I feel like this is you have to be from a Chicago or a Chicago surrounding school that was struggling to have experienced this.
It's crazy. Okay, go ahead.
Did they change the grading scale for y'all while y'all were in school for a little while?
I believe they did.
So like all of a sudden, like a B was like an 84 and a C was like an 83. And you was like, wait, what happened? Bro, they did that to us. And I remember, I think we were in like the 6th grade or 7th grade when they changed it back. So you probably would have been in high school when that happened, right? How much older than me?
Yeah, I'm 37.
Jesus Christ.
You shut your mouth.
Bro, they did that, and like students everywhere were like, yo, what?
Yeah, no, it was insane.
Like, I got a 93 B. Bro, wait, no, give me my A.
Yeah. Used to be 90 to 100 would be an A. Like,
I remember in the 6th grade, in 6th and 7th grade, they changed it back, and we was just running the halls, and we was like, 60's a D. Let's go, bro. I was not a good student, but
shout out to Kenwood, by the way. That's my high school.
Said I went through that at one point. We had an E. What is an E? I don't give a.
E. What?
They grading y'all on RPG scales? They grading y'all on mission difficulties?
I ain't never heard of an E.
We had an E 100 through 95. Hey, I gotta be. A is 94 through 88. A B is 87 through 81. Well, this scale makes absolutely no sense.
E's and G's, Trapper Keeper. I guess G is good. E is excellent. F is fail. Huh? Oh, S
trying to make y'all feel
E,
better.
G, S, and U. Excellent, good, sucks, and you need to go. What are we talking about?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like Trapper Keeper went to that one school and we all know what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like I ain't never heard of nobody with these grades, bro. Trapper Keeper.
Never heard of the egg suit system.
Yeah, nah, I don't know about that.
ABCDE. What is EGSU?
Trapper Keeper, let me ask you, did your classroom look like a bedroom? You know, did your classroom look like somebody was living in it after you was done?
They gave your Rice Krispie treats every time at 12.
He said he was born in 77. Okay, this was a 70s thing. My bad.
All right, okay. I ain't gonna lie. Trapper Keeper, I thought you might have been born like a little bit later.
I thought he was a YN.
I thought he was a YN. I ain't gonna lie.
I thought he was a YN. You know them YN, bro. When I was in school, bro, we had a school called Daisies. And legitimately, bro, it was a crib. It was just a house, and they just turned it into a school.
Rented out their place.
My guys used to just walk over into the school and be like, yeah, we done for the day. Like, what did y'all do today? I don't know.
Absolutely nothing. Color. Just color. That's it.
Oh, dog. It wasn't
awesome
even
anyway.
Sitting there talking about his bus wasn't long. No, it wasn't even a short bus thing, bro. It was literally like just they was so bad. That's where they sent the kids that was so bad. It was like the school that was the step before, like, we gonna send you to jail.
Bro, this is your last chance.
That's literally what it was.
What scale is that?
What scale is this? We went to the king. That's why. Oh God. Shout out to y'all, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page if you haven't done so. I'm having a good time this morning, dog.
What happens when we go off the rails?
This is why I love mornings like this, bro, because like, you know, you got to plan a show, and I'm just looking around. I'm like, Bears didn't sign nobody. Not much to talk about. What we gonna do? Whatever. We just gonna go in there and have a good day with the chat. This is a good day with the chat. I was wondering. I was getting nervous. Jet to your bus.
That's right. Yeah, there it is.
There he is. Let's finish it out on this one, dog. As Bears Junkie said, I might have went there. They called it the mansion. Nah, bro, it wasn't a mansion, dog.
Mansion.
That was a crib, dog. That was somebody's house.
That was definitely a house. Definitely a house.
God,
Jesus.
Morning Breeze hits different. 100%. Hit that like button. That was funny, bro. Who are
we talking about? We talking about Tooney. Who are we talking about next?
Are we talking about Grady Jarrett? Well, listen, those weren't
Grady Jarrett. That's right. Yeah, Grady Jarrett.
Those weren't technically free agent acquisitions, but I guess we're grading the free agency signings, but we want to throw those in there for a little extra credit. We can.
Well, if
your dad's in the building, born in the 60s. So your dad had EGSU.
Really?
What kind of Grady scale is this?
I swear I'd never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, my dad's one of the smartest people I know, so I guess it worked.
There you go. Yeah.
Let's get into the Grady Jarrett conversation, dog. I mean, the truth around the Grady Jarrett signing is that, you know, a little bit over the hill, is not the player that he once was. He's not the Grady Jarrett from 2020 that was dominant, but still a player that can make impact. When you look at this signing, when you look at the ins and outs of kind of where the Bears wanted to go with this, what's your takeaway? What's the grade that you look at? Because I think there's a lot of positives you can take from this, but they are hopeful positives, if we're being honest.
All right. Well, I'm going to use the EGSU system at this point. I'm going to go with an E. I'm going with the E plus for Grady Jarrett. I'm going with the E plus because all I saw on Twitter was him barking at Jordan Love.
Oh, the video got you.
Who you talking to? Who you talking? I can't use the words. There were some choice words he used, but it got me going. I got a little tingly. I was like, oh yeah, that's a guy you want on the Bears. So just for that, I'm giving him an A plus and an E plus. But outside of that, honestly, no. I'd give him an A because, number one, I think there's more in the tank than you're looking at because the team around him was kind of subpar. He was getting double teamed a lot. I think one-on-one, he's a guy who can still beat his matchup more times than not. I believe you're going to use him sparingly, and so health-wise, he's going to be fresh a lot of times in that rotation of defensive tackles with Javon, hopefully with Zach Pickens. I don't know what we're going to do with that, but also big man Billings. And so that's going to be nasty when you get a healthy, fresh guy who has been really a staple defensive tackle in this league for a long time, 10-plus years with Atlanta, has been kind of the definition of just constant professional, constant aggressive pass rusher. That's who I want on this team. He's also going to be a locker room leader. He's also going to be a veteran presence for the younger guys, like a Javon Dexter. Use him to mentor that type of talent. So there's a lot of reasons why he's going to be valuable for this team, not just his production on the field. And that's why, honestly, I give him that.
You know what? So I'm not going to disagree with you here. I think we come together on this one.
All right. Goodbye. I wasn't going to say anything, but okay. All right.
I think that this is where we
agree. we agree.
I think this is where we link up, right? This is where we link up.
Jesus. What a show.
To me, the Grady Jarrett signing not only puts Grady Jarrett back in a position of being able to utilize his strengths.
Yeah.
I think it also puts Grady Jarrett in a position of number one leadership for the defensive line, which I think is a big reason why you signed him. Some stability, somebody who can be a vocal leader on that team, somebody who can look across and go, hey, look, this is why we do this. This is what we do. This is our standard. I think that you signed him for that reason as well. And I think that heavily weighs upon this. But also, I think that you have to look at the Grady Jarrett signing as something that makes one of the players currently on your team better. What was the problem last season?
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Billings in the middle becomes this phenomenal pass rusher. All of a sudden, we can't stop the run. The focus for Andrew Billings changed. The body style for Andrew Billings changed. Not a lot. He's still a huge man. He's
nothing of a man.
He turned sideways to get through doors, right?
Yep.
But when you look at the Grady Jarrett signing, I feel like it's one where, hey, we got 600 snaps for you, my boy. They are all pass rush. We need you to get to the quarterback. And I think that that's where, to me, when I look at Andrew Billings coming into this season, I want to see him get back to being the run stuffer that we've known him to be. I was very excited when he became this pass rusher. I was like, oh my God, like this is great. He's going to be getting to the quarterback. And then I'm like, why are so many running backs going past him? Well, now his eyes have changed. Now he's not focused on stopping the running back. Now he's focused on getting to the quarterback. And he did a good job at that last season. Did a good job of creating that pressure up front. But now I've got a guy who's a specialist at that. And it's not like he can't be out there for rundowns and still be impactful. Same with Andrew Billings on pass downs. So it's not like you're giving anything away by having these guys in there and saying, well, we're going to run Billings on this one. Oh, well, this is a passing down. That's okay. 13% pass rush win rate. We told him to get to the quarterback. So I think that this is just an advantage to the Chicago Bears here. I think it also gives some Grady Jarrett can play both defensive tackle positions. So I do, or he can play defensive tackle and nose, I should say. So I do think that plays into this as well. Could you get a Billings and Jarrett combination going to a quarterback in a couple of times? Like there's a ton of options here with Grady Jarrett that do excite me. And so I'm with you. I'm gonna give this signing an A as well. I think this is one of the best signings for the Bears in the long term because one, I think it sets the standard for this team moving forward.
No, perfect. Yeah. Just to kind of comment on the chat, Chris, I love his comment about how they're clear upgrades over Pickens and Walker. DeMarcus Walker, obviously formerly with the team, and Zach Pickens still here. That's another thing, is no matter their age and the production that you think is tailing off, they're still better than what we had. And that's the key, is to continue to upgrade both sides of the trenches, and we are definitely doing that. So
yeah. No, 100%. Let's calculate these grades. I did put these into a grade calculator here. By the way, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do have over 100 in the chat.
Hey.
Over 200 in the chat.
Oh.
Over 300 in the chat. 300. There we go. Wakey, eggs and bacon.
Wakey, eggs and bacon.
I could go for some eggs and bacon right now.
That's right.
Jordan JC gave Drew Dalman a 100% on that signing. Trade A+ signing for Jordan JC. What was the deal, Odango? Got a B+ on that one. Give him 88 on that. And Grady Jarrett a 90 with a solid A. Just a solid A. We're not grading on no EGSU out here.
Dang it.
It scaled out to a 92.7. You're giving the Chicago Bears an A- offseason. Oh, clap it up. I got applause on here, don't I?
That's right.
Hold on. There it is. Yeah. There you go. This is always longer than I wanted to be. Clap it up. There you go, Kobe White.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, for me, I went with Drew Dalman. I said that's a B+ signing, like a lot of the things that Dalman brings. I've got Dale Odango as a solid B. B- is a B, whatever you want it to be. And that's an 80 right there. And I've got Grady Jarrett as an A, a 90, solid A kind of player on that one. And I think it goes to a lot of the upside there. That gives me a B, 86. A B offseason for the Chicago Bears. I think. Yep, that's all we got.
White-ish.
Are we going to be talking about playoffs?
Playoffs.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Talk
Jim.
about playoffs?
What?
You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Who's running these press conferences?
Okay, whatever. That's all right.
My favorite Kevin Hart commercials.
You just better hope that when you interview Grady Jarrett, you tell him your grading scale you gave him. All right, I
gave him an A. Dang, I can't get an A.
Dang it! All right, Jesus, I'm just
listen. I'm not gonna be overhyped by this. And again, I leave this offseason and I don't go, oh my God, the Chicago Bears are going from 5 wins to 14.
You don't see a big improvement though, a vast improvement. I'm not.
I mean, listen, a vast improvement is from 5 wins to 9 wins.
I'm going double digits. You know, I got to get meaty. I'm going double digits.
I mean, listen.
The whole issue was the trenches. We literally addressed the trenches, and we still got a draft to address more of the trenches.
I'm a jaded bit, and I will say this: if all of a sudden you come out of this thing, I'm fighting. I'm fighting right now. It feels like I said this yesterday, right? Last year you gave us Kool-Aid, no sugar.
All right.
Right? You ain't putting the offensive lineman is a sugar. You ain't putting no sugar in the Kool-Aid. You had all these pretty colors.
Kool-Aid, no sugar.
Hey, I got Kool-Aid, no sugar. You know what I mean? I ain't getting no lineman. I'm like, oh man, he's gonna sign an offensive lineman. Now drink this bland. Oh God, there's so much color water.
Hey, you Jimmy, you be quiet. I definitely know the Packers not getting better.
Hey, listen, all I'm saying is now you added some sugar to the Kool-Aid. Now the question is, how much sugar we gonna add? Because listen, you go out there and find a way to get Mason Graham at 10. I might be at 10 wins, baby. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page.
So wait a minute. So a rookie defensive tackle out of Michigan is going to go. Right?
I need some answers here. Grady Jarrett's old.
Hey, the trenches got trenchy for me.
Trenches did get better, and I'm excited for how the Bears went about this. But I think at the end of the day, it does come down to, I've seen us invest a lot before. Now, I've never seen us invest this much in the trenches. And that is why I think, and when we talk about this offseason, we do got to have the conversation. Will this offseason be different? Let's take a quick break, hear from our sponsors over at Aura. And then we'll be back on the other side to talk about, will this offseason actually prove to be different? All that more on the Morning Breeze. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Hey, Jordan JC.
Yeah.
I'm a 400 400. We'll be right back. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Welcome back. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily Morning Breeze edition. We got over 400 in the building. We only got 64 likes on the video.
Oh, get those likes up, baby.
Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page, man. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Stop playing with us. Let's get it up over 100 likes at least.
I got Jimmy Hoffa hot in the chat.
what Jimmy Hoffa mad about?
He's mad because he thinks because I'm giving the Bears all these great grades and I'm giving them 10+ wins that apparently no other team has improved. I understand other teams have improved, not your Packers, by the way, but I know that the Bears are going to be better.
Hey, listen, I'm here to tell you right now, the Packers suck. You know what I would give them? A U-. That's what I would give
that's right. Unsatisfactory. I can definitely go on the EGSU scale.
Yeah, U- for the Packers right there. Hey, man, as we get back into this thing, appreciate y'all for rocking with us as always, man. We do got to ask the question because I think that this is kind of the conversation that you got to have around all of these moves because we've done this before. Realistically, we are like 5-time offseason champs, right? We get Justin Fields. Oh my God, here we go. We don't protect Justin Fields. He dies. Then we go out there. We add a new coaching staff for Justin Fields. Oh my God, he's alive. Here we go. Oh, that didn't work. Oh God, no, this is not good. Then we go out and we had all the wide receivers for Justin Fields. Oh my God, DJ Moore's here. We got the Hall. Here we go. Oh, it didn't work. Oh no, this is bad again. I'm sick of this. Why does this keep happening to us? Then we go out, we move on from Justin Fields, who's now with the Jets. Shout out to Justin Fields getting that contract.
Yeah, getting that baggy bag.
Right. Now all of a sudden, we got Caleb Williams. Oh my God, Caleb's here. We're so excited. We can win this thing. It's over with. Caleb dies.
Oh God.
Now we invest in the trenches.
A dang time.
Are we in a good?
Oh, you got company behind you.
Hey, bro, Coda snuck down here.
I saw the tail behind him. I was like, yeah, he snuck.
I started looking at the screen. I'm like, what the? Wait a minute. I think now we finally have an opportunity to actually see an offseason prove to be something successful in the season. because you finally, for the first time, and I said this the other day on the show, probably since 83, this is the first time where no matter what happens in the draft, where guys go, you're going to draft more trenches. You're going to pick somebody on the defensive line. You're going to pick somebody on the offensive line with the amount of picks that you still have available to you. Don't know where they're going to go, but there's going to be more investment in the trenches this offseason. We haven't seen a team invest in the trenches this much in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so for me, I do feel like this offseason is actually going to be different as we head into next season. And that to me, and I know we say this every year, but this time it's hey, you invested in a position that you've been screaming you needed for how long? Yeah. I've been saying we need offseason, or we need an offseason of signing offensive linemen since I started this show.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time. And I'm with you. I do not think that we're going to go into this season saying, oh, well, at least we got the offseason right. At least it looks sexy. At least we got the flashy names in the draft. We were at the top of the draft, so everybody's excited for what the Bears are going to do. No, I think starting this year, those times will have passed because we finally did it right. And I think the term or the statement that comes to mind is obviously benefiting from the fruits of our labor. We're finally going to do that because Ryan Poles, whether it took you to collaborate with Kevin Warren or you get slapped upside your head a few times to get this right, or your collaboration with Ben Johnson, whatever it took to be in that building and finally say we're going to work inside out and address the trenches multiple times this offseason. And on the other side of the ball, that's what you did. You took care of the most important things first this time, because it's about attacking the quarterback and protecting the quarterback. And we're not even done yet, supposedly. And so that's the thing, is you want to continue to build off that. And so that's where I saw our deficiency last year. I think we're going to make it a strength. I think it is a strength. And that's why I think going into this season, we're not going to be talking about just off-season champs, but possibly.
Oh, don't you do it.
No, I wasn't going to get too meaty. I was going to say NFC North champs. What do you think about that, Jimmy?
It's still too meaty.
Dog, come on.
It's still too meaty. It's still too meaty. Listen, going for worst to first is not impossible in the NFL.
That's right. It happens. It happens.
It does happen. I'm not going to sit here and say that it doesn't. And I think the thing for me with the conversation on that, the impact to me would not just be the trench signings, right? It is the coaching staff that you're bringing in. It is the coaching staff and I think that all plays a part into this, right? Like we've talked about it ad nauseum. I've got coaches that I know can develop.
Yeah.
I'm not asking questions on, can Eric Bieniemy teach running backs to be running backs? I'm not asking questions on, can Ben Johnson run an offense? I'm not asking questions on, can Dennis Allen put together a Super Bowl caliber defense? I'm not asking, like that's why I think these moves have more of an impact, right?
More meat.
What kind of more meat on the bone, if you will? You know what I mean? I think that's why, and we're not even talking about what these coaches are going to do for guys who are already on the team.
Exactly. Yep.
What does Al Harris do for Tyreek Stevenson?
Yeah, hopefully slap him a few times.
Listen, you're out on Tyreek more than I am, right?
I like Al Harris. I'll give him grace. Al Harris is probably going to get him straight.
Tyreek to me is a good. He's got all of the archetypes of a player that you want to see, almost that C.J. Gardner-Johnson type of player, right? Who wild trade yesterday. But when you look at that in the long run, you go, oh, well, he's already on the team and we're not to a point that we have to pay him just yet.
Right.
Oh, that's an asset for us. What does he do for a Kyler Gordon? What does Antoine Randall do for a Tyler Scott? What does he do for a DJ Moore? What does he do for a Rome Odunze in his second year, who could be a top tier wide receiver? I think that's the thing too. What does JT Barrett and Ben Johnson do for Caleb Williams? Well, you know what they did to start things off? They got him protected. And that's to me why this offseason feels different. It's not just going out and getting the players, because guess what? You got a bunch of players last season. You had a bunch of players last season. And none of them knew where they were going because Shane Waldron was out there just like, figure it out, baby. You know what I'm saying? We got to get this figured out together. Hey, Caleb, you just a tough day at the office, am I right?
Oh, God.
How many sacks was that today? 15.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Caleb, watch yourself. Is that a Dale Odango coming around the corner? Oh, God. One of his 3 sacks. One of his 3 sacks.
Hopefully
Caleb
those days are just way behind us. That's all I got to say about that.
And I think that's the conversation you got to have about this. It's not the players. The players are good.
Yeah. The players are definitely good. I think that, and then to your point, I think it's more of a success because you have a star coaching staff around these players that are going, as I mentioned before, going to upgrade the culture, that are going to expect more discipline during the weeks up to practice up to the games. Those things matter. Those little details, those little things matter. And so because of that, I think that's the reason why I have so much more excitement, so much more anticipation for what this season could be. I'm not going to go crazy and say they're going to win Super Bowl automatically, but I honestly do think that they will rival in the division. They will, challenge to be the best team in the division. There's been movement around the NFC North with people going certain places, and obviously us taking a lot of what Detroit has. And so I think that the Bears are in a position to really surprise some people with the trajectory that they have from last year.
Do you feel that the Bears take that big of a step because the rest of the division is coming back to earth, or do you feel like they take that big of a step because they're going to be a 13-win football team?
No, and no shade to Jimmy, because I understand other teams are getting better. We're not just talking about the Bears winning the offseason. Nobody else made moves or trades. Like, I understand.
Vikings doing too much.
The Vikings are doing excellent. Vikings are doing very well. However, they do not intimidate me to the point where you can say that they're having a better offseason than the Chicago Bears. Our issue was literally the trenches.
Yeah.
And so now, in my opinion, we have a better line than the Vikings. We clearly have a better potential quarterback than the Vikings. Sam Darnold's gone. Now you're dealing with JJ and whoever else comes there, maybe to sign. So already an upgrade there. Wide receiver core overall to me is better in my opinion. I know JJ and Addison are a really good duo. However, I feel like we're on par with that. Again, overall defensive-wise, obviously I think we have better dogs on our team. I think we're going to get better with that with the addition of Jarrett and Odango. So you have all of this potential that the Bears have. And I think that's what I'm banking on, is the potential of what this team looks like versus what we said the potential of what it looks like last year is different because you address the most important areas. So the potential has the ability to be even better. So, yes, I don't have a problem with saying, could they go for 10 plus 12 wins? Sure, absolutely. If you dominate your division, I could see that.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. But I could see them being a competitor in the division because I think the division comes back down to earth this year. I think Detroit lost a lot.
Yep.
They lost a lot this offseason, and they did not replace all of it. And so, I think that's going to make a difference. The Vikings, I think, are you're working out a rookie quarterback. I mean, not to say that them falling back is a bad thing, but you're working with a rookie quarterback. I still keep the Packers in there. I mean, I think the Packers probably are the team you're competing with for the division, just because they're the ones that are coming with the most continuity. You come with the continuity on the line. You come with the continuity. You've got arguably the second best head coach in the division outside of Ben Johnson. Let's see what I did there.
Foul.
But
take that, Jimmy.
But I think that's the team that we're going to have to compete the most with, because I think they come at this with the least amount of change from year over year. How can you not say that they're still going to be, that they don't become the possibility of having the class of the division? Now, talent-wise, Detroit is still number one, but I do want to see how the season plays out with all the new coaches and stuff in place. So we'll see, man. But I do feel like this offseason is going to be very, very different. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. One thing I will say about the Packers, though, that will be interesting is if they only win one game in the division next season, how is that going to play out yet again? That could be when things get tough.
I don't know. We'll see.
We won more than one game in the division, didn't we? How many games we won in the division? We beat the Packers. Oh, no, that might be it.
No, we had to have won more than one. I think
that's it. I think we also only won one game in the division.
Oh
my.
That can't be right.
I think that is.
Am I overthinking that we only won one? The last game?
We didn't beat a lot of people last season, dog.
In the division, though.
Actually, no, we did only win one because we lost all of them stupid close except for that one Detroit game.
Okay. All right. I got to go check that. I don't know why I thought we won twice. That's all right. Fine. Hey, new day.
But we did win the last one. And how'd that feel there, Matt LaFleur?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, times have changed.
Oh, God. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We're going to get up out of here, man. We'll be back live later. I may be a little bit later today because we're going up to Hallis Hall to talk with our new free agent. Yeah, I mean, enjoy a little, hey, Grady, how's it going? How are the knees? Hey, Dale, what do you got going on? Need some improvement there, my boy. Let's get to it. Dale. If you hear me do that from the press conference, just know I'll be immediately thrown out after.
That would be hilarious.
Well, Mr. Meany, George JC himself is your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Back down, one love. Peace. No, sir, can you step outside?
I want to know at what point did they change EGSU to ABCDF? Jesus.
I feel like Chicago was tired of giving out Fs, and they were like, we got to make ourselves look better. Give out some U's.
Unsatisfactory. Wow.